Yes.
Hello, Nieves.
Hello, Miss Letty. How are you today?
I'm fine, and it's lovely to see you after such a long time.
Me
So,
too.
let's see what we have in store today for us. Can you see what we have today?
Yes, famous fables. The moral of the story.
Right. So, in some countries, they are very famous fables, and in others, maybe not so much. So, let's see which one we have today. Why are fables said to be good for us?
They are a wonderful way to teach people about morals and life lessons. They are stories that have been passed down over generations.
Right. So these versions that we are doing are very simple and very short, but they give you a good idea of what the story is about. So off you go, Nevis. Would you like to start to read?
Yeah, of course. The Lion and the Mouse. Once, when a lion, the king of the jungle, was asleep, a little mouse began running up and down on him. This soon awakened the lion, who placed his huge paw on the mouse and opened his big jaws to swallow him. "Pardon, O king!" cried the little mouse. "Forgive me this time. I shall never repeat it, and I shall never forget your kindness. And who knows, I may be able to do you a good turn one of these days."
Right. So for our beginners, I'm going to explain a few little things here in case they don't understand. So a paw, which we have here, P-A-W, is the hand of an animal, and in this case, the lion. The jaw is this part of your face.
Thanks.
And the last expression, to do a good turn for you, means that maybe one day he can do a favor in return because the lion was very kind. So here we can see a picture of the king of the jungle, the lion, and the mouse. And how is the lion holding the mouse down? Nieves, how is he holding him down?
I think he's hungry. He put his paw over the mouse. The mouse looks really scared and frightened of the lion because I think the lion is very, very angry.
Right. So here we can see the angry lion, and he is holding down the mouse with his paw. And as you said, the mouse is scared and frightened. And here, the nails are called claws, right? So each animal may have a different name for the hands, their feet, and here the names are called claws. Right, the next part of the story. Oh, it went too fast. 1 minute. Let me go back one. Go.
The lion was so tickled by the idea of the mouse being able to help him that he lifted his paw and let him go. Some time later, a few hunters captured the lion and tied him to a tree. After that, they went in search of a wagon to take him to the zoo. Just then, the little mouse happened to pass by. On seeing the lion's plight, he ran up to him and gnawed away the ropes that bound him. The king of the jungle. "Was I not right?" said the little mouse, very happy to help the lion. Moral: small acts of kindness will be rewarded greatly.
Right. So we will look again at the vocabulary. Now, if you are tickled with the idea, it means it is funny for you and you find it amusing. There is an expression in English, it's called tickled pink. I will look it up and write it down in the comments. Tickled pink means that you find an idea or a suggestion so funny that inside you are laughing, right? So the lion was amused to think that the mouse could help him in the future. So he let him go. And later, to be captured means that the hunters put him in a net and tied him to a tree, and they were going to take him away to the zoo. But just at that moment, the mouse came. And to gnaw, which is the word we see here with the G, gnaw, is when you have teeth and you start to bite something, and slowly but surely you are able to cut it. So you don't cut it straight away, you cut it with your teeth little by little. That is to gnaw away the rope. And we have the moral of the story that small pieces of kindness will be rewarded later. So here we see both of them happy to be reunited together after the lion being captured and then the mouse helping him to escape.
Yes.
So what have I wrote here as a reflection?
Thereafter, the lion and the mouse became good friends and lived happily in the forest.
Right. I'm doing my fingers today. Love and kindness are never wasted. You can accomplish by kindness what you cannot by force. There is a saying, I don't know if it's in English or in Spanish, that you can do more with honey than you can with a stick. So it's more or less saying this, if you are smiling or you are kind, sometimes you can get more done than if you are being very forceful or angry. What is something else that we have to say?
One good turn deserves another, a helpful and a friendly act. If he does you a favor, you should do him a favor. One good turn deserves another.
Right, so this is an expression that we say that if you do me a favor, I should be prepared to do a favor back. So one good turn deserves another. But I don't know about you. In real life, I feel sometimes that I do more favors than people do for me. I don't know about you. How do you feel about this?
Well, I feel I got favors for people, to be honest. But sometimes what I feel is when you do favors to people, they are happy with you, they are pleased. But sometimes you say, no, today I can't. And then it's like you haven't done anything before. You are a bad person now because one time, yes, you say no. Do you know what I mean? You always say yes and people are happy, but at the moment that one day you say no, you are a bad person now, you haven't done anything for me before, I forget everything that you had done before.
So their memory is short. They have a short memory. So as long as you are saying yes and you are helping them, they are happy with you. But the moment, for whatever reason, it's impossible to help them, they forget what happened in the past and the kindness that you showed them in the past. Right. This is life sometimes can be a little bit hard. And I think it's in Spanish, the expression, what is it? You give them a finger and they take an arm.
Yes.
Is it in Spanish, I think?
Yeah. You give the hand, but they take the whole arm.
All right. Okay. So you have to be careful that when they ask for a favor and you offer them your hand, that they don't want to take your arm because they are never satisfied, are they? There are expressions for this. So let's answer some of these questions that I wrote here to talk about kindness. What does kindness mean to you personally?
For me personally is to be nice to people, to think what people are going through. So sometimes you go for, I don't know, you go to a store and you say, oh, these people is not nice for me, but you have to take them to think about what that person is going through, okay? And say, okay, maybe it's not his best day, so I'm going to keep smiling. I go to try to understand what this person is going through it and be nice anyway.
Right. So
That's
you're
what I mean.
saying, put yourself in the other person's shoes. Put yourself in the other person's shoes. And when you feel that maybe someone is not treating you the way you would like them to treat you, think, well, maybe there is a reason for this, and I'm going to be patient, and I'm not going to take it into consideration. Right. So I think kindness is people treat me the way I would like to be treated and the way I treat them. So this is sometimes a problem I have because my expectations of people are not the same. I think in a certain way and other people think differently to myself. So sometimes I need to be a little bit more patient. Right, the next question. What are 2 things you could do to show kindness to others?
For me, one important thing is that you listen to people. When people want to talk to you, sometimes just you need to be quiet and to be there for them. When they call you, when they want to talk to you about something, just be patient, listen, because sometimes you just don't need even to talk. Just listen. Okay, be ready for them when they need you. Okay, just to have a chat, maybe just to go for a walk. Okay, when people are sick or don't feel well, very well, just to be there for them. Maybe just doing some shopping for them. Maybe just doing the
Small things, like it was
this,
said
yeah,
before, no?
small thing, like yes,
So
doing
I
the
think
cooking for them.
if you offer, it's nice to have the offer, even if people don't really need you, but you offer. And listening, it's a skill that I think is being lost. People don't know how to listen now, and they're so busy. If you are talking to somebody and they don't have eye contact with you, you realize they are not listening and they're thinking about leaving, no, and they are not in the conversation. The next one. Can you think of a time someone showed kindness to you? Oh, maybe it's a little difficult, this one.
Well, I remember for me maybe when my mom died last year, we were in a tanatory. In the tanatory, I don't know in English, I don't remember.
In the funeral parlor. In the
In
funeral
yes,
parlor.
we were there, and it was my sister, my 2 brothers, myself. Okay, and it is a small village where my sister live, so there are no restaurants or coffee shops around. And then my sister friend came to visit, and he brought some Spanish omelette, some water, drinks. We didn't even ask for it,
A
but he
snack, no
came.
small
Yeah,
snack.
but he came ready with all the snack and the drinks that we needed. So that was really nice for us because we didn't have to worry to take in the car and going somewhere else. And we was thirsty, to be honest, at the moment, but it was nothing, no water around, nothing. So for me, that was really
So it
important
was
that
just
day.
the right thing at the right time.
Yes.
Right. Are you happy with the way you treat others?
Well, I don't know. Sometimes I do, but sometimes I get angry and then I lose patience. But I try to be nice all the time, okay? Because I remember my mother, she was really nice, very patient woman. She didn't used to yell to anyone. So I try to remember her and try to be nice, but sometimes I lose my temper
I
sometimes,
must
yes.
admit that when I was younger, I was less patient. I was maybe a little two-faced or a gossip. I wasn't a very good person at one part in my life. And then one day I thought, oh, I don't want to be like this anymore. I think I was affected by the people who surrounded me. People were like that who were around me. And I did exactly the same as the other people. But when one day I thought, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. So every day I try to take it as a new day. And if I have a bad day, I try the next day to be a little bit better. No, so I always think to myself, treat others the way you want to be
To
treated.
be treated.
And if I have some bad feelings, I try to talk to somebody to get it off my chest, get it out, my bad feelings, and then I can move on to the next thing. Right, what should we do here? The
simple acts of kindness. Smile. Smiling makes us feel good. It can make someone's day. True. Give. Giving is a great act of kindness. Give in small quantities. Say thank you, please, sorry. Always apologize for your mistakes. Helping others. Help people in their time of need. A kind act goes a long way. True.
So this is another thing I had to learn how to do. Mistakes. Before I wouldn't own up to my mistakes. And I used to defend myself as though I was right all the time. So with age or with time, now if I make a mistake, I grip myself and I think, right, you have to say you're sorry or you have to apologize or something, no? Whereas before I would just think I'm right all the time. Right then. So how did you find that? Do you think it was useful? Was it interesting
Yes, it was.
to talk about kindness? It helps us to reflect a little bit, no, about kindness. I think we have lost the art of kindness, no?
Yes, yes.
So if we learn to smile a little bit more, to say sorry or apologize and own up to our own mistakes, no, there's no problem. But it's hard to do, isn't it, to do
It's
that?
very hard, yes. It's hard
So
to
with
say
time, I
sorry.
think we learn, no? With time. Maybe because we are getting older, it's easier. When we're younger, we are less patient and we don't realize the damage we can do, no? So, Nieves, let's be kind and treat others the way we want to be treated.
To be treated.
Okay, then. See you.
Okay.